Hey there guys, BlackPanthaa here, welcome to today's video, and in this video I'm going to be letting you know what I thought of the Need for Speed movie as I went to see it yesterday, and I'll let you know kind of what I thought of it action wise, acting wise, just what I thought of it as a Need for Speed. How that makes it different, my review different to everybody else's, is because a lot of people are comparing it to other movies and so on. Rather than other movies, I'm comparing it to the game's storylines that we've seen in the past. But one thing that was a bit fishy is they did say in interviews and stuff that reviews I watched before, that, oh yeah, Need for Speed doesn't have a storyline, so we can do whatever we want. And I thought, well, if that's the case, why did the newest game have a story? The Most Wanted had... well, not story, but, had a structure. The last old Most Wanted had a story. Carbon had a story. A lot of the games had a story. Majority don't, because they're just boring arcade experiences. Rival's story might have, well, just been non-existent. Now then, let's get into it. So, few things to complain about, to start us off. The cars were they were very tacky and cheap. You could tell that they were replicas and not the real thing at all. You could see that some of them looked like they were made of felt. It was like the Veyron, ridiculously bad. Like, it didn't even look like a normal Veyron from the front, and it was supposed to be a super sport, and it had the normal back, and the spoiler was stuck up, it didn't move, and the P1 didn't have a spoiler, and there's just a lot of wrong with the cars. It did just feel like they got a Ford Crown Victoria and painted it to look like one of the others, or green screened it and moulded it in the film to look like it. It was very cheap, tacky plastic that you'd find on very, very, very cheap Poundland kids' toys. That's what the cars looked like. So it was a bit weird. Kid Cudi, I believe he is, if you don't know, the black guy. He's supposed to be like the comedian. He's supposed to be pretty much be Tyrese from Fast and Furious. Let's be honest. That's what he's trying to be. And I thought he did a surprisingly bad job at trying to be funny and kind of keep the character. He didn't do as good of a job as, say, they do in Fast and Furious, but they did a good job for what this is. One thing that I complain about him, though, is that his jokes are bad, yeah, whatever, but he pulls military-grade helicopters and some planes and stuff out of his rectum. Like, they come out of nowhere. Like, you get to the scene where you've seen it on the trailer a billion times. They're about to drive over a canyon. I'm going to keep this spoiler free, as it says in the title. This is from the trailer. So they're about to drive over the canyon thing. Out of absolutely nowhere, he's there. Like, they don't even know he exists still at this point, and they don't know that he's going to come to their rescue. So what are they going to do? Just drive off the bloody mountain? It's like, what? But yeah, it's a film, blah blah blah. It's just a lot of the stuff in this film makes you go, where is this? There's no answer to it. There's no explanation. Still, after the film, there's still a missing explanation for a lot of things. If you go to see it, you'll see exactly what I mean. Two notable things for Need for Speed fans. Yes, as soon as the race started, I noticed there was drifting. Criterion drifting. So it seems that drifting is here to stay for a while in Need for Speed, which is a big shame because I don't like it. Crap. Drifting! Now, thanks Craig. And also the Criterion crashing is in the game, but the best bit about this is they explode and kill the cars when they actually crash, so that's good. They don't respawn on the road and go, yay! And then have to sit there and watch it for 20 seconds and respawn. That's it, you're gone, you're dead. Good, that's how it should be. Even in the game, I wouldn't mind Criterion crashing if it killed me as soon as I hit something. It has to be a significant crash though. Anyway, all these little tiny pet hates aside, I really, really enjoyed this film, and I hope there's another one. I really did. I went in with the mindset that it was going to be the biggest joke of my life. I was going to laugh through it all. I was going to be like, oh my god, just sat there like, no, what are you doing? But no, I actually enjoyed it more than I have most games for Need for Speed. A lot of the film is inspired from the games. Like the tablet, they have a tablet during this racing league, this underground racing league, which is from the run. They have the ability to upload these video clips to get into this racing league that they want to do. And to do that, it's through like the method that they use on Rivals. It's very, very clever how they've linked in a lot of the little tiny things from the games that people that from the game's background will appreciate. You do feel as if the cops are as they should be. They're not driving around in Hennessy Venoms. They're driving around in Ford Crown Victorias and, you know, Dodges and big bloody, you know, cars that cops would use. The cops are very stupid, which is how they should be. They said in the film, like, you know, racers race and cops eat donuts or something. That's exactly how it should be. Obviously, they felt well. What's funny is they felt better than Rivals as cops, but they felt more stupid than Most Wanted 2005's cops, which is, I guess, kind of makes sense because they weren't expecting a bloody Conan's egg as they call it, Cohen's egg, to fly past them because it's illegal in America. You know, it's really clever, a lot of the stuff they thought out. They've actually done their research, which I was impressed with a lot of cars. And I just overall enjoyed it. You know, the film is very steadily paced. But by steadily, I don't mean it's very slow. I mean it's perfectly how it should be. It's not as if they start in a very low-end car and progress as we want in the games. They start in some muscle car races and they get an opportunity and all this stuff. That it does make sense and it adds in. And obviously, they skip a few things if it makes sense to skip it. I felt there were a bit too many skips, but that's just how I feel. The film was still great. A lot of the stuff I want to get into well, some of the stuff I want to get into may spoil it, so I'm not going to bother doing that. But overall, I did enjoy it, and I really want to see a game adaptation of this. And I think this would probably be the best Need for Speed since Most Wanted. And that's me being like a nostalgic person. If they actually made this, adapted it slightly into a game, this could be better than any Need for Speed that has ever been. I'm just hoping that that's the case, and they're kind of taking ideas from the film and so on, like the whole underground racing uploading league. Because, let's be honest, Rivals had that idea, but it didn't execute it in any way. It would fit perfectly with my Juiced idea and so on. It would just be fantastic. So, before I make this video like a year long, if you want to go see the film, do. Don't hesitate. It is one of the best racing films I've seen. The cars are the focus. Obviously, the main characters are, but the cars are a part of them. They feel as if they're the cast as well. They say no CGI, but to me at times, like inside the cockpit view and stuff, that was pretty cool view. That you just see a corner view from the cockpit, like him just sliding and stuff. It was pretty cool, and it was just great. You know, it was good. The one point in the film though, they were like, "Oh, the car slides too much. Can you help me?" Because this guy's a mechanic, or the mechanics. So he's driving this car around, and it's just sliding. It's got his arse out everywhere, and it's like, well, okay, you're complaining about that. But for the whole other part of the film, you're not complaining that you're driving a Cohen's egg and it's drifting, and you know all the cars were drifting, the muscle cars were drifting. I was a bit, yeah, okay, maybe it's just the muscle cars at the start, but no, the whole bloody film drifts, like everything drifts. And I believe it is what Rivals should have been. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the film if you've seen it down below. Try and keep it spoiler free or I will mark it as spam. Unless you put spoiler and then you see more, then I'll be okay with that. But yeah, if you want to speak to me about the film, let me know on Twitter. Talk to me on Twitter. Obviously we'll try and keep it a private chat because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But yeah, thank you very much for watching my video, and make sure to give it a like if you did enjoy, because that does help spread the word of my channel, because I want to get out there. And subscribe for more. Well, Need for Speed, not film reviews. I can't think of any film I'm gonna see this year other than that. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.